So, Mike Ferraro of the Leading Lifestyle Agent. I want to know, agency. Oh, shiz, man. Almost had it. We're not starting over.
He's the leading lifestyle agent of the leading lifestyle agents.
Okay, you're right. Let's do it again. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so, Mike Ferraro. What are we talking about right now? I just forgot.
How we met, Jay.
I put my fake acting hat out. Second beat all. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so, Mike Ferraro. How did we meet, Mr. Leading Lifestyle Agency / agent?
Well, we met because you initiated it by putting your face all over Facebook, because culture matters. And then I saw that, and I think obviously this is going to go back to alignment.
Yeah.
So, being able to speak in public and share messages and be able to give value to people, that is always something I've always wanted to do. And when you see somebody doing something you want to do, you obviously you're interested in it. So I watched a lot of your videos that you have out there. And
how long were we friends?
On Facebook.
And how did we become friends on Facebook? Do you know?
Let's see.
I want to know who added who. Like, I don't even know this. Like, we need to figure this out.
I don't know.
Because you're in Connecticut. So I dated a girl that lives in the state of Connecticut. But how big is this state? Because, no, seriously, her name's Sarah. It's a friend of mine. Maybe I added you through her. She doesn't in real estate or anything.
No, I probably added you.
You think?
Yeah.
What do you just look for good-looking guys?
No, wait. If you don't... It's all good? Yeah.
We're not editing any of this.
So if you... on Facebook, if can you see somebody...
We might have a lot of mutual friends.
Maybe. Rico?
I'll find out.
Maybe Rico, because we're Rapid Realty?
Yes.
I'll find out.
That's what it is, probably.
Isn't that amazing? I dated oh my god, now I sound like a hedonist. I dated another woman who actually introduced me to find Anthony Lally on Facebook. Added him.
Yes.
And I think I probably found Rico out of him.
Yeah.
And then we became friends.
And then you can watch somebody, like if you post Facebook videos and I'm not friends with you, can I still see it?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
That's probably how it happened.
So how long did you watch or see me? Because you said at one point you said that I was annoying. I want to talk about that for a second.
I don't know.
Because I'm getting that a lot lately. I'm kind of liking it.
Well, you were just always there, but it wasn't. And it wasn't.
What are you, my ex-girlfriend now? You're
You're just always there, Jay. Always there.
So I was always there, and you were like, "Oh,
So,
that's annoying."
This is what happened. I was looking. It's not the videos that you were talking about, the topics.
Okay.
That
It's not
necessarily.
the content videos.
No. What took me was when I saw, and you were saying you were doing a public speaking event, and now you started to travel with them.
Los Angeles.
Right. So this was right before you got hurt.
Los Angeles.
This is right before you got hurt.
That's where you saw me.
And I saw it,
Wow.
and I remember being like, okay, now he's starting to travel and do. And I had also been looking at public speaking things that I really wanted to do because I was asked to do them, and I said, oh well, this is a guy, and like I do with anything else I'm trying to learn. Go to somebody who's doing it and just ask a simple question like, how are you doing this? How did you get to that point? I've done that for my entire career in any aspect I've ever done.
That's a whole nother video, but
I agree.
Wow.
And then we started to talk, and then I said, you know, I had this feeling that like, you know, I wanted you to possibly do a public speaking thing with me because I thought your message was really good, and I have a restaurant and nightclub, and I figured we have a good venue, we can get some people in there. So the idea was in my head to do this event prior to ever meeting you, then seeing what you're doing and how you're doing it. I said, this is a guy who's doing and in line with, because a guy named Jared James, who does a lot of real estate coaching. He's out of Milford, Connecticut. He's got friends of my friends, and he's pretty successful at what he does. I've always watched how he did public speaking, and I always wanted to kind of go into it. So we met. So we started. I sent you a message on Facebook because I just wanted more information. I just wanted to know the how.
And then we ended up on the phone.
Then we ended up talking on the phone because you said you had a couple things coming up, and I said, well, this would be really good to get someone like yourself to do public speaking because you're a pro. And you could have a great message, which is in line with my message. When we met, we started to, and we said, let's get together and actually extrapolate this. And when we actually met, I think what happened was reason why I wanted to do the public speaking, the message I was trying to get across is completely in line with what your message is in a weird way, because I wanted to be the speaking. I did not want it to be fluff about, hey, this is exactly line for line how you can sell $1 million home. I wanted it to be a mixture a little bit more of
yeah.
people that are real people, because I came from a real world where a lot of I had an athlete that was one of the best athletes I've ever coached, and he had a tragic injury and was almost paralyzed. I've had best friends that went into traumatic events and had to go through tough tours of wars where they watched people die. I've watched that, and I love those people so much, and I really care about those stories. I grew up in a place where, drugs and tragedy for the drugs were people that you knew and you loved, and those are families, and you watch it. And if you grow up like that and you really care, those stories help propel you and motivate you and teach you. And then as I became a teacher, I started to teach kids who were going through the same struggles. So those stories, who you could help, was probably the single most important thing in my life. And I just happened to be in real estate, so I had a platform. And I saw your platform, and I said, I wanted it to be real. I wanted to help a lot of people, but I wanted it to be real stories, real things that could touch people. And then we started to talk in here, and you wrote up, Jay grabbed the marker, and he stopped talking, and he did one of those things where he touched my people, stop. And he wrote this. I think he wrote it like this.
Yeah, I wrote it.
And he actually wrote it on that board. But he wrote it, and I'm like, all right, where's he going with this? I love real. And he says, raw, energetic, alignment, lifestyle. And he, boom, nailed it, called it like that. And then we just had to figure out how we wanted it structured. And then it became something. So when you put two people in a room that are that similar, even though we don't exactly dress the same, he's got way better hair,
Working on it.
This is what happens. So
wow.
That's my view of it, man. I don't know if you have a different view of
No, and now my wife's pregnant. No, I'm just kidding. Dude, I love it. So I guess for the viewers that are watching this, going into how we met, let's just break it down. We met on the internet.
Yeah.
We had never actually met. You at first you're like, who's this guy?
Yeah, you were just
you took the time to. So I was in your face online.
You were just.
You're seeing me on the timeline, right? Which is the third Facebook principle, by the way.
Yeah.
Post so much that if they hate you, they'll unfriend you. Coincidence. But if they love you, they'll want to marry you. That's the third principle I live by.
Right.
So you saw, and then you said, I'm going to talk to him, and then here we are. It's like we're doing business together.
Mm-hmm.
So if right now you're thinking about asking someone a question that you see online before we prejudge or that prejudice builds, just do it.
Yeah, and then that goes back to what I originally talked about, which was being afraid to do something because of what somebody else is going to say to you, even though it's a fake fear. It's not real. You're worried about something that hasn't happened yet. And if I was to never pick up the phone and call Jay or text Jay or ask that question, and the business we are doing would never happen, I couldn't imagine saying that to somebody I love. That hey, I was just worried because I don't know if he was going to tell me, F off or something like that. You just can't be where you want to be.
The odds of him collecting Social Security at 65 would have been so high.
Very high.
We will see you on the next video.